Hi everyone, welcome to episode number 54 of Driftless Knitting. I'm your host, Jennifer, and you can find me on Instagram and Ravelry as Driftless Knitter. You can find the podcast on Ravelry if you search for Driftless Knitting under the groups tab. We have a knit along going on right now. It's called the First Snow Cal, and if you are knitting something that is wintry, Christmassy, if you started it anytime from like mid-November until now, if you've cast it on, or cast it off recently, you can go in there and enter it for the First Snow Cal. Basically, the idea for that knit along is to knit things to celebrate winter, celebrate snowfall, or the holidays back when it was December. So if you have something that will be eligible for that, please go and post a picture of it and comment on other people's projects, and you will be eligible to win a prize. I am coming to you from Cross Plains, Wisconsin, just outside Madison, and it is currently about 5 o'clock in the evening. It is Saturday, January 27th, I think. Yes, January 27th. I just got home about 15-20 minutes ago from work, and I thought I needed to film a podcast really quick because tomorrow I'm busy pretty much all day, and then on Monday, which is normally my day off and normally when I podcast, I actually have to go into work that day. I'm filling in for my boss in the dye studio, and so I'll be dyeing yarn all day Monday, which sounds like a lot of fun, and it is. It's a lot of fun, but it's also very tiring. Those of you who dye yarn, you understand, kind of how much work goes into it, and we're doing like an 8-hour day of dyeing yarn is very tiring. So, but I am looking forward to it. I only get to go into the dye studio once a week usually, and this is at Knit Circus Yarns in Madison, Wisconsin, which is where I work. And so my dye days are usually on Wednesdays. I get to do half a day in the dye studio, but Monday, I'll be in there all day. And so I won't be able to record a podcast. And I didn't want to skip this week, because I think that maybe next week I'll have to skip. On Monday next week, I am so excited. I get to go see my friend Carolyn at her house, and my friend Lisa from Three Sisters Fiber Company is coming, and we're gonna have a knit day, and I haven't seen them in so long. I'm so excited. So yeah, so that's happening next Monday, and I don't know if I will have free time. Maybe I'll podcast again next Saturday night if I'm not going to the farm. We'll see. I'm really unsure of what next weekend looks like at all, so I wanted to for sure get one in this week, and then, hopefully if I do have to skip a week next week, I can come back the week after. I've sort of felt off all week just because I haven't really been able to knit too much. Wednesday night, Thursday night, Friday night, there was stuff going on, or it just wasn't, what we were doing wasn't conducive to knitting, and I haven't really gotten much work done on anything since the last time I saw you, except for one project, and I failed at that too, but I'll explain that in a little bit. So yeah, this might be a kind of brief episode. I have a couple works in progress to show you, and then I do kind of want to go into something extra at the end, just kind of a fun overview of some of the projects that I want to knit in 2018. So with that, I'm going to take a bite of my brownie. Oh, it's so good. I made these a couple days ago, and there's still a few left. And since I just got home from work and I wanted to podcast before dinner, this is my pre-dinner snack. Super healthy, I know. So worth it. So the first work in progress I'll show you is the one I worked the most on this week, and I did get a fair amount done. This is the boy sweater. I forget who designed it. and the pattern is upstairs. So I'll just put her name at the bottom here. And last time I showed you, this was like barely a cast on. I cast it on and I had knit like maybe 5 rows. And look, it's almost an entire little baby sweater now. So this is knit out of Rowan Pure Wool Worsted in the Garage colorway. And yeah, you can see it has this cool, oh, you can also see the bottom is flipping up. It has this cool texture stitch. It's almost like it's kind of weird. I've never done this textured stitch before. I won't like exactly say what it is because I believe this is a pay-for pattern on Ravelry. But it's almost like a rib. It's like a offset rib kind of, but you're also twisting the stitches in a way as you're doing this rib. It's kind of cool. It was kind of hard for me to read my knitting and read the pattern, you know, on my needles, and so I think there was maybe 1 or 2 times where I repeated a row, and so the pattern might be slightly off, but you can't really tell. So this kind of twisted rib pattern is also mimicked here in the sleeves, and then you do an actual twisted rib for the cuff. And the bottom of it here is a twisted rib. And yeah, I got really, really far on this, but I didn't get far enough. I was supposed to have this done by tomorrow because I'm going to meet up with my college roommates. And my college roommate, Amber, just had a baby in November. And I really wanted to knit him something, especially a sweater. I haven't knit him a sweater yet, and I wanted to have it kind of as a post-Christmas. We haven't seen each other since he was born in the fall time. So yeah, I just kind of wanted to give him something special, and I kind of beat myself up about it when I don't meet like a deadline. I always also feel this pressure. No one puts this pressure on me, but I feel like I have to come bearing gifts for people or for the children, or every time I see my nephew, I feel like I should be giving him something. I want to pick him up a treat or a toy or knit him something. It's like I shouldn't feel that necessity, and it's not because I feel like otherwise I will, you know, I'm a disappointment or something. I want to spoil the kids and the people that I love, and knitting is my thing. Knitting is, like Kay of the Crazy Sock Lady podcast says, knitting is my love language. And she was saying how whenever something happens, like an illness or a celebration or just something momentous in your life, whether it's good or bad, her first reaction is to knit that person something. And I have the same thing. I hear of someone having a baby, whether it's my best friend, my sister, or someone who lives in my building, like I want to knit them something. I don't know, it's just my way of kind of showing someone that I care, that I'm thinking about them, that they're important to me. And I especially love knitting kid stuff because kids are so easy to give things to. If it's bright or if it's, you know, like a fun color, they'll wear anything or they'll play with anything. It's so much fun to give kids things. And I really, really enjoy that. So I have a sweater ready for Elizabeth, my other college roommate's daughter, which you guys have seen. And I just kind of fell short on this one. But Amber, it's not like she's gonna kick me out of her house or not let me in. And I have to remember that the reason they want to see me isn't because I'm giving them things. It's because they love me and they miss me and we just want to all hang out together. So I just got to keep telling myself that because I really am disappointed that I didn't get this done. So, I mean, really all I have left is a sleeve, which I technically could finish tonight. and you do pick up and do this kind of short row collar, and it has a little has like a button placket here. You can see where there's like stitches bound off across here, and you pick up, you know, on either side, and there's a button placket, and it's just a really, really cute sweater. Ooh, there's the lighting. Although, can you see? I'm not going to call it a mistake because there's no way that I could avoid this, but I have two different dye lots here, and that's because I bought this one that did the body I had from a while ago. I actually think I knit Seafarer a colorwork hat with this and yellow because he's a Green Bay Packer fan. So I had this, and then I bought another skein of it because I thought it was a great color and I'd be able to use it for something. And, you know, dye lots change, so that's okay. It's for a baby, right? And it's also, the other dye lot is also down here on the bottom. I think I switched about like right here and knit the rest of the sweater in that second ball of yarn. But you can't really, in this light, you can't really see it. Although the light keeps changing because I have a lamp like directly above me. But anyway, sorry about that. Yeah, so I did get a fair bit done. I mean, I just started this last Monday morning, and I knit on it like all day Monday. I knit on it Tuesday and a little bit on Wednesday. I did like 2 rows on Thursday night, and that was pretty much it. Yesterday I didn't work on it at all, and maybe tonight I will sit down and try and get that second sleeve done. I mean, it would be great if I could get the sleeve and the collar done, and then I could just bring it to her. I could like soak it and block it, and I was even thinking, like, would it work if I had it wet and then use my hair dryer to try and get it at least not, you know, really, really wet, just damp, and then bring it to her damp and tell her to like let it dry. But that would mean, yeah, I'd have to get the entire thing done tonight and soak it and, you know, get the water. Yeah. Anyway, I don't know. I'm going to try not to like really put a whole ton of pressure on myself, because then if I'm going to feel even worse about it tomorrow if I like kill myself tonight to get it done. So I'm going to try not to do that. So that's that. In the other work in progress that I have, I got a little bit of work done on this, and this is the one that I really have been wanting to work on so badly this whole week. Well, I've been wanting to work on a lot of things. I just want like a week at home just to sit around and like knit and cross stitch and spin. Like, I've been really, really wanting to spin again. Really wanting to. And then just all these things. Oh my gosh. There's too much. Too much I want to do. I was even like sort of reminiscing and being nostalgic about the month and a half or so, about 2 months that I was unemployed, which was super stressful. Like, so stressful. And yet the other day I was thinking, oh, I just got to stay home all day. I got to just like knit and do whatever I wanted. And then I'm like, Jen, you were so stressed and unhappy. And I wasn't like super unhappy, but you know, I mean, you're living in a new place. This was back August, well, end of August, September, and then beginning of October. Living in a new place. I don't know anybody. I don't have a job. Like, I had a lot of stress and anxiety about all of that, but I got to knit a lot and craft a lot. So I guess there's a silver lining to anything. So this work in progress is just so scrumptious. I love it so much. So this is my sock, and these are the Featherweight socks by Mina Phillip, the knitting expat. And this is part of her Wanderlust collection. this is the picture of them. I'm not going to show you the actual like other part of the pattern because obviously you have to pay for it. But this is the first one besides the freebie like bonus pattern, which was the Mistletoe Kisses socks, which I also knit for my Christmas Eve cast on. This is the first one that has come out in her sock collections, and I did sign up for both of them. The Wanderlust, and then is it like Cozy something? I can't remember what the second one is. And that one, a pattern will come out in that club in February. So I'm really excited to see what that one will look like. But yes, in the meantime, I've been knitting on these. I love how the texture is coming out. Oh, it's just so cool. It's so easy. It's such an easy texture and yet like totally mindless. I love that about my socks. I still want them to be mindless, but I want to be interested in it and I want a little bit of variation. Although, you know, vanilla socks are great too. I love knitting vanilla socks, but having an easy texture is just fabulous. So I also have my little pancake progress keeper on there, and that was from like a kit that I got for my birthday a few years back. So I don't think like this exact progress keeper is available, although I believe the Gnome Knitter is the one who did these for this specific kit. And the yarn that I'm knitting my socks in I will be knitting another sock, but right now it's singular. This yarn is from Knit Circus, and it is the Gone Glamping colorway. And right now, you know, you can just see the green. It's just starting to change. Can you see like that lighter green up here? It looks like it's in shadow, but it's not. This is a little bit darker, and then it changes to like a very light, maybe on the stockinette side you can see. Maybe not. It just started in like the last 1, 2, 3, 4 rows. Just about the last repeat. And that is because this is one of our gradient yarns. Did I say it's called Gone Glamping? I forget. We are actually discontinuing this colorway at Knit Circus, which I'm sad about, but it's on sale right now. I don't think we have any more sock sets left, but we have like big skeins of it, cakes, I should say, of various weights and bases. But yeah, I'm really excited about this. This is my first time using a matching sock set from Knit Circus. It's been really, really fun so far. I have the second one right here. That's what it looks like as a whole. And the yarn itself, the base, it's a 75/25, and the base is so delicious. It's so smooth to knit with, so smooth. Like I said, this has been the project that's been calling my name, and you know, I did get a little bit done where the pancakes are. That's where I was last week, which I'm sure you guys kind of figured out, but yeah. So I knit a couple inches, but I wish I could have knit more. I brought this on, brought this to work, knit on this on my lunch break the other day, and then I brought it to my sister's house. I went to visit my sister last night, and I brought it to her house, and I knit on a few rows when we were sitting around and chatting, and that was really, really great. Knitting on this and chatting with my sister was really great. So yeah, I'm thoroughly enjoying this. Once I get that baby sweater done, I think this is going to be the project that I gravitate towards. I do want to put in more work on my sweater that I'm knitting right now, which this is the second podcast in a row that I haven't showed it to you because there is literally zero work been done on that. Last week I didn't show it to you because it didn't look any different. I'd only knit like an inch or two. And this week I haven't picked it up, unfortunately. So yeah, I do want to put more work in on that, but these socks are so fun, especially with the gradient yarn, having it, you know, change color eventually. It makes you want to keep knitting. So that is all my works in progress. Yeah, see, it's only 21 minutes in, 22 maybe, and yeah, that's all I've been working on this week. I do, however, want to talk about a couple projects that I have planned or that I'm dreaming of knitting in 2018. So I didn't officially partake in the Make 9 challenge or put a picture up on Instagram with my 9 projects that I wanted to make, but I have a couple in the back of my mind that are definitely high on the list. Today I'm going to show you a few of the garments that I want to knit in 2018. So the first one that I'm dying to knit, and I have been dying to knit this for like, since it came out, basically, which was probably a year ago, and that is the Tecna sweater by Caitlin Hunter, or Boylan Knits. I have loved the look of that sweater. I think it looks amazing on so many different body types. I've actually had the yarn for this sweater for quite a while. Originally, this yarn was meant to knit a different sweater out of, and I had swatched for that one, but I never started it. So I have 3 skeins of this yarn, and when I was first wanting to do the Tecna, I had it in my head that I wanted to do like a burgundy or a maroon. And, you know, I was thinking about what I could order or what kind of yarn I wanted it in. And then I realized I had like a dark, what would you call this? Would you call this burgundy? Already in my stash, and it is perfect. So this is O Wool, and this is the color Juneberry. And what base is this? This is O Wash Fingering, which you guys already know because you read the label, but I can't read backwards very well. And this is, let's see, it's obviously a fingering weight yarn, and there are 228 yards. So like I said, I have 3 skeins of this, and this is just a beautiful 2-ply, bouncy, gorgeous yarn. It is so soft. It's 100% machine washable, certified organic merino, and I think this is going to make the most gorgeous Tecna sweater. I have this sweater and this yarn have been in the back of my head, kind of like my next to-do. I don't know why I jump other projects ahead of it, like this other sweater that I started, because I really have been wanting to knit this, and not only knit it, but I want to wear it. I want it in my wardrobe. I want to, you know, wear it to work, wear it just, I mean, it's such a versatile piece, and I really do think it looks great with shorts or with jeans, skinny jeans and boots, or really anything that you pair it with. Yeah, I've been in love with it for so long. So now I'm sitting here like, why didn't I decide to cast this sweater on in January? That was kind of dumb of me. I do really want the sweater that I'm making currently, but yeah, I can't wait to knit this. So yes, this is going to be a Tecna sweater. So I'll tell you about this one next, since it is also by Caitlin Hunter. As you can tell, I really like her designs. I also want to make the Zweig sweater. I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce that. That's not currently on my like official, unofficial Make 9 list, but if the right yarn came along, or if I was inspired to do it, I'm head over heels for that sweater as well. As well as a few of her other ones. She just has some gorgeous patterns out there. But the one that I have the yarn for, and I am set to knit it, is the Swancho. And this is one of Caitlin's earlier patterns as well. I believe, I don't know if I saw it after the Tecna, or if I just became aware of, I think I saw both of these separately and then realized they were from the same designer. So I have a bunch of skeins of, I'll show you each one individually, of Rowan felted tweed. And this was clearanced out at Yarnology when I still worked there. And so I ended up buying a bunch of this yarn specifically for the Swan Show. So this color is, it's like a dark blue, bluey purpley with like almost like hints of brown in there, like the tweed. Such a gorgeous color. It is called Seafarer, and this is going to be the main color of my Swan Show. So I have a bunch of these skeins up in my stash. And then to go along with this one, I have 3 more, because you need a main color and then 3 complementary colors. So I have tawny, beautiful, reddy, maroon, almost has some like purple tones in it, which goes really well because I think this blue has some purpley tones in it too. And then I have, what is this one? Duck egg. So pretty. And that's basically duck egg blue, obviously, which is why it's named that. So those 3. And then my hand is not large enough. There we go. Wow, look at that. Look at those skills. Totally. Clay is the 4th one. I almost said 3rd one. Yes, so I love this color palette. It does look a little red, white, and blue if I sort of like move that over there, but I threw in the duck egg to kind of balance it off, even though that's still a shade of blue. But whatever, I don't mind Americana colors, as long as it's not like primary red and blue and with white. This is like vintage American flag. So I don't think it's gonna really be that big of a deal, especially because this is gonna be the color that sort of takes over, like this dark blue, and then these 3 are just going to be complements. Yeah, I think that'll work. Sorry, my yarn displaying is not that great, but yeah, so this is going to be a Swan Show. I'm so excited. I sort of was thinking maybe that I wouldn't do the Swan Show and I would do something else with this yarn, and then I just kept seeing people wearing theirs, and it doesn't look like, part of me was like, oh, is that gonna look really funny because it just has a different shape, you know, it's really like big and loose around your body, and then the sleeves are kind of tight, and I just didn't want it to look, I don't know, odd. Like, I didn't want to make this, spend all this time making this and then not wear it because I thought the shape looked weird. But then I've actually seen it on people, like in person, not just in photographs, and it fits them really well and it looks so comfy. They're usually layering it over something, or yeah, just wearing it as a sweater, and it just looks beautiful. So it's back on, and this is back on the list as yarn for a Swan Show. So yes, very excited about that. And my 3rd to-do garment in 2018, is the Featherweight Cardigan. And I think I'm the last person in the knitting community to not have knit a Featherweight Cardigan. I've knit a couple others by Hannah Fettig, but I just never knit the Featherweight. And I've seen so many of them. My mind jumps first to Molly of A Homespun House. She wears hers all the time. I think she's knit 2 now, possibly. And she just always has it on paired with like really cute, either another sweater or a cute top, and it just looks so comfortable and so easy to put on and wear no matter what you're doing. I really want more sweaters and layering pieces that I can do that with, that I don't have to sort of plan an outfit around that. Like I can just incorporate it in with my wardrobe already. And I think the featherweight would work really, really well, you know, for that purpose. So what I'm gonna knit that in is my Bumble Birch. And I bought this last October, I guess 2 Octobers ago, technically, because it was 2016. And when I was in Washington, D.C. And this colorway is called Mushroom. This is in their 100% Superwash Merino fingering weight base. And yeah, it's just incredibly soft and beautiful, and those neutral colors are just going to be so versatile with lots of things that I wear. And I believe this has, yeah, this has 490 yards, which is why I only bought 2, but I'll be able to get a featherweight out of just 2 skeins because there's almost 500 yards, which is really, really nice. So yeah, I am so excited about this. This I bought specifically for the featherweight. I knew I wanted to do a featherweight out of this, and I am determined to do that, as well as, you know, do the other garments that I just showed you, as well as the garment that I'm knitting right now, as well as finishing all the whips that I have right now. I would really like to get back to doing my Find Your Fade, finishing up my, my building blocks shawl. Horrible. Oh my gosh, I can't believe that's still on the needles. There's just a few kind of languishing whips that I also want to get done, and maybe that's where my Make 9 will focus. You know, I'll do my whips, my languishing whips, and then I'll do a few really good versatile garments that I can put in my wardrobe. I think that's kind of a good balance. Make some new things, get some old things off the needles, use some stash yarn, you know, all that good stuff. And yeah, hopefully 2018 is going to be productive. I really want it to be. I'm just itching to knit a lot and just get a lot off my needles. I can't wait to, I'm really wanting to knit socks lately. I'm so excited about socks. Last year I only did like maybe 3 or 4 pairs the whole year, and this year I've already knit 1 pair, and I started another one, and I'm so excited about sock yarn, about socks, about, I don't know. So yeah, I'm just really curious to see where my interests and yeah, just where I go with my knitting. It's gonna be kind of fun. Yay! So the rest of tonight, all I have to do is knit. I don't even have to cook, which is amazing. I ordered lunch today and had it delivered to the store, to Knit Circus, from Panera Bread. And pretty sure Panera Bread is like everywhere in the US. I would assume it's just, you know, it's like a sandwich and soup restaurant. They have really good, I think a lot of their stuff is fresh. They try and use fresh vegetables and do a lot of things not like pre-cooked and stuff, which, you know, you usually hope for in a restaurant, but sometimes you don't get that. So I really, really like their food. It's probably my favorite like fast food place to go to, even though it's not like your traditional fast food. It's still like a chain, you know, restaurant. But I got a really, really good chicken salad sandwich for lunch today, and then I had you guys are probably like, Jen, stop telling us about your food. Like, this is so boring. But I had a Panera reward for $2 off a bowl of soup. And I love soup. I was so excited. And so I ordered an extra bowl of soup to take home for dinner. So I'm going to eat that. I'm very, very happy to have that waiting for me. And I'm going to watch a couple podcasts that have come out since I haven't had time to watch podcasts, to do any of my favorite things. Oh, yeah, I'm just really happy to have tonight and then tomorrow night, hopefully, to sit and craft and just have some really nice quiet time and relaxing time before I start work again Monday. So yeah, I think it'll be a good short weekend, but a good weekend. And I'm really, really glad that I got a chance to sneak in a podcast. You always sort of like, you worry that if you miss, like if I miss this week and next week, you sort of get out of the rhythm of it. And you always want to keep, kind of keep your momentum going. So yeah, I'm happy that I was able to film. And I hope you all had a fantastic week. It is Saturday, so that means most of you hopefully had a good day off, or, a good work day if you do work on weekends. And I hope to see you all again very, very soon. Do things that make your heart happy, whether that's crafting, reading, cooking, baking, running, anything that, you look forward to doing and that makes you happy. I hope you have the chance to do that. I'm going to spend a really relaxing night doing things that make my heart happy. So I will talk to you all very, very soon. Bye, and thanks for watching.